Morning, morning. I've had a slow morning. I didn't lie in again, not massively. My alarm was set for 9, but I actually woke up before 9. But I still allowed myself to be really slow this morning. Kind of spent a little bit of time just chilling in bed, got up, had my cup of tea, watched some more Fallout, and now I'm getting ready to go to my parents. It is a little painful. I think my aggressive festivity needs a little less aggression because last night was really sore, like really sore. It's not been that sore for like a little bit. So yeah, slightly less aggression on the aggressive festivity, but we're learning, we're adapting. My thumb is still a funky color at the bottom. You can sort of see. It's been really funny actually watching Fallout because I'm looking at Lucy's finger. I'm not going to say any more because I don't want to give spoilers. But I'm looking at Lucy's finger and being like, oh, and then looking at my thumb and being like, oh yeah, okay, mine doesn't look that much different. But it's fine. It's fine. So yes, I've managed to get my dad and my sister's stuff sorted that I'm going to take over without too much aggravation. And I'm pretty much ready to go. That's basically my major plan for the day, is just to chill and spend some time with my parents and my sister because we're so rarely all together these days. So that is definitely the plan. And for a change, for the first time this week, it's sunny. I can see the sun and the blue sky. It's a miracle. It's actually nice weather. Such a pleasant surprise. Oh, but I'm very, very glad to be done with lessons. I have to say, last night was the most festive I felt. Despite the pain, I felt incredibly festive last night. I was just chilling in the living room. My husband was playing games. And that felt very festive. We didn't worry too much about going to bed on time because neither of us were working today. And that was when I really started to feel it. And I was like, oh yeah, it's Christmas. So very, very happy with the festivity returning. Although, like I said, I need to be a little less vigorous with my festive attempts. It's feeling okay today. I haven't needed to take any painkillers today. And I'm thinking, not today, but tomorrow, I may attempt some knitting. It's feeling okay-ish. Like my fingers, I've been trying to move them a lot. I've been kind of sat with my arm propped up like this to try and get some of the fluid to drain out of my fingers because they're still so swollen. So I've been sat with it propped up to try and get the swelling down, and I've been making sure to move my fingers. They are definitely still stiff, and I can feel that they are a lot stiffer than my right hand, but I can't use them as much. There's going to be some stiffness. But that I've been making an effort to try and make sure I keep them moving and keep my arm a little propped. I'm going to be taking my sling to my parents because we're probably going to go out for a drink later. And as I mentioned yesterday, I'm a little nervous about people knocking it. So I think if I have a sling on, it feels a bit more of a comfort to me, like a cue to other people to be like, hey, maybe don't bash this one around. So I think I will take my sling. And yeah, then that way I've just got that little, and I can rest it as well. Like if my arm starts getting tired, if it starts to ache, I can just rest it in the sling and not worry too much about, having to support it myself. So that is the plan. I don't think there was anything else I had to catch you up on today. No, I don't think there was. So I'm going to do my Advent. I need a 1 today, with it being an odd number today. And enough of these doors are open now that it's starting to catch on the bag. What day are we on? 19th. The 19th. We are over 3/4 of the way through now. But it does mean it's very close to Christmas. Opening these doors is more difficult than you expect with one hand. I still haven't caught up on my chocolate advents. I've still got to trough through those, which I'm not exactly disappointed about. We're definitely going grey. Okay. Yes. We are. There's still a hint of green. We're not totally grey, but there is a move to the grey here. That is the palest suggestion of green that has seen something green in its life. It's so subtle. She's the way that she's done this fade, honestly, has been stunning. I can't get over how tiny the differences are and how subtle and gradual the fade is. She's done so incredibly. But yeah, we've got the slightest hint of green still with some grey tones. Like, it looks very similar to yesterday, but then when you compare it to the 16th, you can see how much greener it is. And like, if you got those as part of a fade, you wouldn't question it. You'd be like, oh yeah, that's a lovely fade. To know there's 2 stages in between those just shows you how incredibly precise she's been on that fade. It's honestly, she's nailed it. She's done such a stunning job. So that is day 19. Day 19. Oh, there we go. Right, I've got to get my bags together and head over to my parents. I'm hoping it stays dry. I might check the weather in a second. I'm hoping it stays dry because the last thing I want is another day of having to stuff my arm inside a coat to try desperately to keep it dry at all costs. So fingers crossed, metaphorically. I ain't crossing them. Metaphorical fingers crossed that it's going to stay nice and dry and sunny, and that I'm not going to need to shove my arm into my coat again. But yes, I'm going to take you along with me. Let's go and see my parents. Hello, I'm back. I've spent most of the day with my parents, just kind of chilling, catching up, and then we went out for a few drinks with some friends of theirs as well, who I know anyway. But yeah, just went and had a nice evening, then came back, had some food, and then I came back here. I've just been dropped off. I'm not a huge fan of having to be ferried around. It's a bit annoying. I don't like feeling like a burden, like I've got to get everybody else to run around after me. But oh well. It's been a little sore this evening, to be honest. But I think that's partly just because there's so much been going on, I think. So what time are we on? It is 10:10. I am quite tired, but I don't really want to go to bed just yet. Also, I've not done my reading anyway, so that's going to happen. But I know my friends are back on Discord, so I'm very tempted to go and chill out with them for a little bit, and just kind of hang out before bed. Like I said, I still need to do my reading. I think I'm not ahead for the week, but I'm not lagging either. So I don't think I've got to do like 2 chapters a night or anything for the next couple of days. I can't remember what chapter I'm on. I've got to get to 29 by Sunday. I know that. But I'll check in a bit. So yeah, I think that's going to be the plan for the rest of the evening. Chill on Discord, do my reading, and just have a relaxed night. It did feel very festive today, I will admit. Going to my parents. We have special decorations that we put on the tree, so like ones that we've accumulated throughout the year. So I have my decorations, my sister has her decorations. So we went and we put those on the tree. And then when we went out, obviously there's Christmas music, Christmas lights, everything like that. It felt very festive, and it did feel quite cold as well. So I think that definitely helped with the festive feeling. So yeah, I'm quite like, I think I'm very socialed out today because I've been like chatting and stuff for the last few hours. So I think I'm a little drained. So I say I'm going to go on Discord. They're all playing, but I tend to just like lurk and chill in the chat with them, and I'll just occasionally kind of chat and do little things. But most of the time, I'm just there. So I'm not going to be too social. I think I'm just going to be present without necessarily feeling the need to contribute. But yes, that is the plan. I don't think there's a plan at all for tomorrow, which I've got to admit is nice. I think if there's anything I needed right now, it's a nothing day. And I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to that. I think we have to pop to Tesco. I think that's the only thing that is needed. But I'm very much looking forward to a day with very little to do. Which is one of the reasons why I'm not feeling the need to go to bed straight away. Because I know that I've got nothing pressing me tomorrow. Nothing at all. And so on that note, I'm going to get myself something to drink. I'm really thirsty. I'm going to get myself something to drink and just have some nice chill time for the rest of the evening. I hope you've had a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow. I read chapters 26 and 27 this evening. The story club is formed, and Vanity and Vexation of Spirit. It takes some time for the excitement of the concert to settle, but it does. On Anne's 13th birthday, she and Diana are discussing stories, and how Diana struggles to come up with stories from her own head like Anne can. Anne proposes they start a story club, where they make up a story each every week and share them. A few of the others join the club too, and Diana's Aunt Josephine even requests that they send her some. Marilla, as expected, doesn't think this is a good use of any of their time and believes it's nonsense. As April arrives, Marilla returns home from a meeting to find that the fire hasn't been lit and nothing has been begun for tea. Given that this was Anne's job, she's not best pleased, and assumes that Anne is out with Diana and, in typical Anne fashion, forgot. But later, when Marilla goes to get another candle, she realises Anne is in her room, lying on the bed. Anne's hiding, and Marilla quickly sees that her hair is green. It transpires that afternoon, a peddler came, and Anne bought something that was promised to be black hair dye, and she tried to dye her hair black since she hates the red so much. She and Marilla desperately try to wash it out for a week, but the dye does not move. In the end, Marilla has to cut Anne's hair pretty much all off, but Anne says she deserves this misery for being so vain and naive. It's a bit of a shock when she goes back to school, but thankfully no one really questions it too much.